Kumusta po? Well, this is Johnny Dpwh once again sa ating channel, JDB Juliet Delta Bravo. Okay, JDB Comments.
Yung drop ng cases, to what factors would you attribute it to?
Sir, yung pong 5 bagay. Yung pong number 1, yung atin pong nagiging effective, yung ating pong communication sa mga tao, yung compliance with the minimum health standards, wearing of the mask, face shield, physical distancing, at proper hand washing. Parang ang mga Pilipino ay nasunod ho, Mr. President. Gumanda ang kanilang compliance. May mga datos po nagpapakita na ang rate of masking maganda po sa Pilipinas. So ang mga tao talagang nasunod na po sa mga panuntunan o sa mga advisories ng inyo pong gobyerno. At pangalawa po, yung napaigting ng ating pong IATF at ang National Task Force sa pangasiwa ni Secretary Galvez, bumababa po kami sa mga iba't ibang mga syudad. Lahat po, sinuyod namin ang lahat ng NCR cities and 1 municipality and all the provinces of Region 4A as well as Region 3 na kung saan po ay medyo tumagal po yung mataas na kaso ng COVID-19. At doon po siniguro namin ang kanilang active case finding, ang kanila pong contact tracing sa pamumuno po ng Department of Interior and Local Government under Secretary Anyo. Talagang tinutukan po namin ito. At ang atin pong isolation and quarantine ng mga tao na naapektuhan, kung mild o asymptomatic, nilalagay po natin sila sa mga isolation or temporary treatment facilities. Yung mga critical cases po, sir, talagang sinusundan po namin, minonitor po natin yan under our One Hospital Command Treatment Czar na si Undersecretary Bong Vega ay talagang natutukan po ito. Kaya makita po natin na patuloy na bumababa yung ating pong kaso at naging matagumpay naman po ang mga interventions po natin. Pero hindi ho tayo pwedeng maging complacent, Mr. President. Yun po ang sinasabi natin sa taong bayan na magkos nagkakaroon po ng ebidensya na bumababa ang mga kaso, ay hindi po ito dahilan para maging kampante. So, tuloy-tuloy lang po ito ang ating pong monitoring, Mr. President. So, yung prevent, detect, isolate, treat. Sa mga ospital po ay gumanda rin po ang ating treatment success rate dahil po sa mga bagong gamot at sa mga bagong pamamaraan for a more effective clinical management of the severe and critical cases. So ito po ang ilan sa mga kadahilanan bilang kasagutan po sa inyong tanong.
Okay. Now let's go to sa Secretary Lorenzana.
Good evening, Mr. President. Short update lang po ito. Wala po akong slide. Doon po sa relief operations sa Catanduanes, nag-umpisa na pong maghakot yung ating C-130 kahapon ng mga foodstuffs sa iba pang mga supplies para doon. At tutuloy po ito hanggat kinakailangan pumunta roon. Meron tayong nakaantabay na 2 C-130 at saka 4 na C-295 na kinakailangan magdala ng mga supplies, Mr. President. Yung ating mga trupa dyan sa Southern Luzon, sa Bicol, ay nakikipagtulungan din sa ibang mga ahensya tulad ng Dpwh at yung DOE para pag-repair ng kanilang mga nasirang mga facilities. So, doon naman po sa Cagayan Valley at sa Batanes ay nakaantabay din yung ating mga trupa roon dahil kasalukuyan kanina umaga na dumadaan yung bagyong Siuni sa may Batanes area at hindi pa natin alam po kung ano yung mga nasa lanta roon. Pangalawa po ay yung mga OFWs na ating inasikaso ay kahapon po 285,982 or almost 286,000. Yung pong ating OFWs ay mayroon na nakauwing 285,982 982 OFWs coming from different parts of the world. Yung pong mga gusto umuwi yung Pilipino sa Sabah ay medyo natigil po muna dahil nga may mga kaso sa Tawi-Tawi at saka sa Hulo. Ayaw nilang tumanggap muna ng bagong dating. Ngayon, ang isa naming pinagtutuunan ng pansin, Mr. President, ay yung mga testing at saka isolation facilities ng mga probinsya. Noong pong 2 weeks ago, ay pinadala ko si Undersecretary Yano sa Bukidnon dahil humihingi ng tulong si Governor Sobiri dahil tumataas yung kaso nila doon. Fortunately, Mr. President, ngayon, bumaba na yung kaso doon at saka gumanda na rin yung kanilang isolation capacities. Sa November 10 ay pupunta kami ni Secretary Galvez sa Tawi-Tawi para naman mabisita namin yung mga pasilidad nila doon. At pagbalik, dadaanan namin yung Dipolog at saka Surigao City dahil kinausap din ako ng mga gobernador na kung pwede ay tulungan sila dahil wala silang mga facilities kung paano po sila matulungan. Yun po ang kaso ng Cebu, Bacolod at saka Iloilo City na medyo mataas mga isang buwan na nakaraan ay stable na po. Naayos na natin yung sa Bacolod, Cebu at saka Iloilo City. Yun lang po, Mr. President.
Secretary Anion, then followed by John Galvez. Then yung spokesman for the summation.
Magandang gabi po ulit, Mr. President. Tuloy-tuloy po yung i-update ko lang po yung mga admin at criminal cases na pinagsasampa natin sa ating mga umabuso sa pag-distribute ng Social Amelioration Program. Sa 781 complainants po, ay meron 1,259 suspects at nakapag-conduct tayo ng 363 investigation. Ang 266 po ay nasa fiscal na, ang 20 ay nasa korte, at nai-repair naman natin po ang iba sa ombudsman. At 183 barangay chairman po ang itong kinasuhan natin. Nakapaglabas ng suspension naman ng ombudsman sa 89 barangay captain. At ngayon po ay pinadalan ko ng show cause order naman yung 10 mayor na wala po sa kanilang jurisdiction o area noong dumaan ng Typhoon Rolly. Sa utos po naman ninyo na pabilisin yung ating mga application ng telcos, bumilis na po. Sa loob po ng 2 linggo, 850 newly approved telco application for tower. So, ibig sabihin po ay additional 815 towers sa madadagdag. So, total po ay 2,082 na ang na-approve natin ng mga telco towers mula po nung ipinag-utos nyo ito. At meron pong 637 pending applications. So, ito po yung asiksuin namin. Ang ating contact tracers naman, may 50,000 tayo na hinahire. Nakapagsimula na at nagtatrabaho na ang 45,742. So, ito po ay 91.48%. At hinihintay na lang ang appointment itong natitirang more or less 4,000 something. At 43,138 po ay trained at talagang kumikilos na po. Ito po ay malaking tulong sapagkat nabigyan din natin ng trabaho ang ating mga kababayan. Lalo na po yung mga bumalik na OFW at saka yung mga nawala ng trabaho. Pangdagdag lamang po ay gusto ko lang ibalita na dito po sa 2020 Global Law and Order Report ng Gallup. Ang Gallup po ay isang Washington-based analytics and advisory firm na nag-concentrate sa law and order. Doon po sa kanilang 2020 survey at report na inilabas, ang Pilipinas po ay nasa top 50 out of 144 countries. Ang ating pong grado ay 84%. Mataas po. Ito po ay katambas natin or kagrado po natin ng Australia, New Zealand, Poland, at Serbia. So, ang konti lang din po ang pumasok na bansa mula sa Southeast Asia. Ang Singapore po ang pinakamataas na merong 97. So, ito po ay isang pagpapatunay na talagang ating fight against criminality and drugs ay successful po. No? Ano po yung mga tanong dito sa survey na ito? Number 1, in the city where you live, do you have confidence in the police force? Number 2, do you feel safe walking alone at night? Number 3, within the last 12 months, have you had money or property stolen from you or another household member? At pang-apat, within the past 12 months, have you been assaulted or mugged? So out of 174,000 respondents sa iba't ibang bansa, nagkagrado po tayo ng 84. So it shows that people appreciate and recognize the effort of the Philippine National Police and other law enforcement. Yun lang po, mahal na Pangulo.
I read that in the briefer, and I was really surprised. We are on the top 50, and we are lumped with countries that are really ideally peaceful. So if it's a recent Gallup survey, it only shows that, well, you have to credit the police and the military and the other uniformed services of government who have toiled to make this country at least very peaceful. Charles, you go ahead.
Yes, sir. I would like also to thank Senator Bongo for the guidance, sir. And, sir, my presentation to you is the Philippine National Vaccine Roadmap. This is in compliance with your order that every Filipino should be vaccinated,
Yes.
and it should be equitable to the people, rich or poor.
And in his summary,
Yes, sir.
we do it first to all of those who can afford. Wala naman tayong pakialam dyan.
Yes, sir.
But sundin lang natin yung listahan sa may hirap
Yes, sir.
as listed doon sa we gave the ones that we gave to them salaries or money. Yun talaga rin ang mauna. In that order.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Pinakamahirap muna hanggang...
It is included in my presentation to you, sir.
Sige.
Sir, basically, this is your directive that the vaccine will be our road to normalcy, and we will only have a full recovery with the vaccine. So this presentation is meant for you for the approval of the President, because it is a time-based and objective-based roadmap. And also, we will raise some different options and decision points that the President and the IITF may decide in the near future.
Cannot see the my liliit yung ano.
Next slide, please. Sir, based on your guidance during the monumental soul-searching speech that you have given during the September 2020 United Nations, which really touched the hearts of all the nations, you have said to the world that the world is in the race to find safe and effective vaccine. When the world finds that vaccine, access to it must be denied or withheld. It should be made available to all, rich and poor nation alike, as a matter of policy. And you have followed, Mr. President, that you intend to vaccinate all of our people, and all should be vaccinated without any exception, which you have spoken last October 15 to the people. And then based on, next slide please, based on the different IATF approved immunization program, we have come up with this roadmap. And also during the past 2 weeks, we have met the vaccine expert being introduced to us by no less than Secretary Dominguez and also Mr. Paul Dominguez. And we have met the Asian Development Vaccine expert also. And also, last 2 days ago, we have a presentation of the DOH immunization program. This is the desire of Senator Bongo during his speech, wherein we complied, sir. The DOH immunization program was presented this afternoon, and it was approved by the ITF. So yun lang po, mahal Presidente, at maraming po salamat.
Thank you. That's quite a comprehensive report. Salamat po. Now, Allow me a few minutes to do what I have promised to the people, that every meeting dito sa pag-uusap natin sa taong bayan, that I will read the persons who are now under quasi-judicial or judicial scrutiny. Sa Bureau of Customs, dismissed from the service na to, tinanggal na. Lumuntod si Macabando, grave misconduct. He was fired by the Ombudsman. Engineer Ramon Hernandez, gross neglect of duty, grave misconduct. He was dismissed by the Ombudsman. Raymond Cabigon, gross neglect of duty, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service, dismissed by the Ombudsman. Hale Sinen Gamil, gross misconduct of duty, grave misconduct, dishonesty. Pati kasali dito si Raymond Cabigon, to him, pareho sila, dismissed from the service. Vincent Butch Gambua, grave misconduct, dismissed by the Ombudsman. Vincent Butch, Attorney Laicio Martinez, gross neglect of duty, grave misconduct, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service, fired by the Ombudsman. Filomeno Salazar, gross neglect of duty, grave misconduct, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service, dismissed by the Ombudsman. Vicente Torres, gross neglect of duty, grave misconduct, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service, dismissed by the Ombudsman. Ganoon na ho karami ang in addition yung nauna na nawala. Naunahan sila. Ito ang ano sa dismissed by the Ombudsman. Renly Tinana, grave misconduct, conduct grossly prejudicial to the service, fired by the Ombudsman. J.B. Raul U. Cometa, gross misconduct of duty, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service, fired or being investigated by the Ombudsman. Agnes Fabian, Bureau of Customs, with a firm decision from DOF, dishonestly dismissed from the service. Alan Pagkalinawan, grave misconduct, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service, the decision by the Customs was affirmed by the Secretary of Finance. Ramon Aquilan, grave misconduct sa BOC, dismissed from the service. Lahat pa na to. Aristotle Tumala, grave misconduct. Itong iba, I think they are either dismissed or still being investigated. Pero basahin ko na lang. Jennifer Lagman, grave misconduct, investigated by the Ombudsman. Wala na to. Tomas Alcid, grave misconduct, Ombudsman Fahad Rashid Lukman, serious dishonesty, falsification of documents, pending ata ito sa Civil Service Commission or already dismissed. Suspended from service as penalty, Dante Baliva, grave misconduct, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service. Sa facing charges sa Bureau of Customs. Maria Rosario Acosta, neglect of duty, still with the adjudicating body sa Bureau of Customs. Nobel Carandang, gross neglect of duty with the Bureau of Customs. Dolores Domingo, investigated by the Ombudsman. Wala naman siguro. As of today, ganun ang meron dito. Preventive suspension. PhilHealth, Jovita Aragona, grave misconduct, serious dishonesty, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service, being investigated by the Ombudsman. Calixto Gabuya Jr., same, PhilHealth, being investigated by the Ombudsman. We can expect shortly the decision of these cases. Next week, we are still investigating DPWH. Ang DPWH, ang pinaka-racket dyan is yung ghost project. So walang delivery, ghost project. Marami yan. Karamihan yan, it's the regional director. Ipapalabas nila na may project ito, but wala. So the best way is to conduct an audit of those projects to determine if they are ghost projects or not. And I think there are plenty. And I dare say that ang pinakamarami siguro matanggal would be from DPWH. I really intend to clean government. At least kung hindi ko kaya, maminus-minusan ang kurakot sa gobyerno. Yan na lang ang konselo ng tao na mahuli at mapreso. But most of this, yung misconduct, actually, that's the administrative term. Pero kung tignan mo yan ang mga crime nila in the penal side, mga falsification yan, malversation. But dito sa limited kasi ang ground, pero just the same. Pag gross dishonesty, ganun yan. That's embezzlement. Ang pinakamarami, itong road right of way na hanggang ngayon, ayaw ko kung ano nangyari. This was this scandal in somewhere in Cotabato. I remember it, but I am remembering it now. Tignan ko kung tanungin ko ang DPWH kung ano ang nangyari doon. Or I will have it re-investigated. Tapos yung sa itong mga karamihan ghost projects. Yan ang ano dyan. Yung iba naman, kagaya ng public works na nakita ninyo, yung kubeta na walang cover, na puro nakahilira lang yung bowl ni Duro. Walang division, wala lahat. Yung mga putang yan ang klaseng trabaho. So yung ganon, balikan ko yon. I'd like to remind anybody sa DPWH who has had a participation there, being investigator or connected with the construction, you better you report to me. Tanungin ko kayo kung paano ako magdumi kung ganito na para kaming classmate, seatmate kami ng tangin. Kalukuhan, kabastusan talaga. I'm sure, government do not allow that kind of project. No engineering in his department, engineering department, or the engineers themselves would be too crazy to do that. Yan ang mga project na siyaw-siyaw. Yung partial delivery or yung halos yan, ibigay sa iyo yung project na ganun. For the longest time, wala masyadong investigasyon dyan. Pero kayong may kasalanan dyan sa mga ganun, I advise you to resign now. Resign now. Kasi pagdating ng panahon, I will throw the book at you. Even the kitchen sink, tsaka makita ninyo, you will be prosecuted administratively and criminally at walang patawaran dito. This is not the time for condonation or being basta yung pera ng tao. Ang ibang kasalanan, okay lang. Pero itong mga ghost project, mga project na wala dyan, mga karamihan yan, yung mga health centers, wala yan. At tip lang yan. Kung yan ang ginawa ninyo, that's short-changing government. You will go to jail for that. I have 2 years to do it and about 6 months to file all the charges. I'm sure that ang Sandigan Bayan would be kept busy hearing the cases. Yan ang ano ko sa inyo. Talagang walang galit ako sa inyo. Kayong na-dismiss, bagay lang. You should not anybody's fault but yours for committing graft and corruption. So with that, I'd like to bid good night, goodbye. See you next week. Mga kababayan ko, yun yung para sa araw na to. Baka hindi ninyo nakuha, ha? Isang tao lang ang mag-ano nito. But of course, mayroong task force. He has to consult the task force. And maybe the task force will review. But, sabi ko sa inyo, do not delay it. Do not sit on it. Itong mga papel na to. When it is given to you for review it in one night. Kung hindi ka na matulog, problema mo yan. Submit it a day or 2 days after. Do not delay those paperwork. Even sa takbo ng papel from the lowest papuntang secretary. Do not delay. You're only given days. I do not believe in hindi mo matapos ng 2-3 araw. Wala kang ginawa. I mean, you're doing nothing. You're just asked to comment or to give your advice. Do not go into other things which are not delegated to you.
Magre-report lang po ako dahil sa Catanduanes po kami nag-press briefing kanina. Matindi po yung damage. Hindi po ako nakarating nung Yolanda, kayo po nakarating. So hindi ko alam ang comparison. Pero from the airport talagang wala kayong makita na bahay na nag-survive. Walang puno na nag-survive talaga dahil yung
bagyo po talaga, initial landfall, kasagsagan ng lakas niya, Catanduanes.
Si Mayor Inday, my daughter,
Opo.
nag-ikot na.
Opo, nagbigay nga po ng 1.5 million daw po si Mayor Inday doon sa Catanduanes, no? 1.5 million po. Galing ata sa Davao City po na donation. Binigay niya kay Governor Cuba. Pero matindi po, mga 35,000 po ang pamilyang apektado. Sa bahay po, 10,000 po ang totally damaged homes, 19,000 partially damaged. Tapos ang evacuees po nila sa government center, 7,000 plus. Yung evacuees sa mga private homes ay 45,886. Report ko rin po na nakarating na po doon si Secretary Bautista. Meron na po tayo mga 10,000 na food packs doon. Hindi lang po dalawang C-130 ang binigay ng Air Force. Meron po 5 eroplano na nagsha-shuttle po dahil 2-3 araw po silang completely isolated. Sira po ang tubig, sira ang kuryente, sira po ang telecommunication. So nagkaroon po sila ng humanitarian flights. Pati tubig po, alam ko po, yung unang 2 flights ng C-130, tubig ang dala at saka pagkain. Pero ang mabuting balita po, si Secretary Tugade, natanggal na po yung lumubog na roro sa pier, kaya hindi sila makapagdala dati ng supplies by sea dahil may lumubog na roro. Ngayon po natanggal na yon. So magsisimula na rin yung roro at makakarating na po yung relief goods also by sea. Pero sa tindi po ng danyos na nakita ko, baka kinakailangan po parang Yolanda-like ang rehabilitation kasi 19,000 homes po sira. No? At nakikita nyo naman po from the air, ang mga nag-survive lang, yung mga commercial buildings, pero lahat po sila may damage din dun sa downtown. At nagpapasalamat naman po sila dun sa mabilis na action ng national government. Pagkaalis po ng bagyo, na-connect natin sila sa pamamagitan ni SND sa OCD by VSAT. At dun po na isa-isa naman kung anong kailangan. At the following day, si OCD po, si SND at saka si Yusek Halad, nagsimula na ng humanitarian flights. So mabuti naman po ang yung pagtanggap ng tulong natin at they are very appreciative. Nagpa-receive lang po ako ng letter galing kay Governor Cuba dito po sa PMS ngayon. Saka kasama po yung mga pictures.
I'd like also to comment about to si Rowley sa DSWD. He was well ahead. He was there already when the typhoon was ongoing. So, ano niya, baka nga sabi mo with the number of flights from the Air Force, it could be nakulang talaga. But we are transporting the goods as fast as we can. And this may be a redundant explanation, but ulitin ko lang sa mga tao hindi alam, ay umuwi ako ng probinsya sa Davao kasi araw ng patay. Yun yung araw na kasagsagan ng dumaan ang bagyo. Gusto ng iba na nandito talaga ako pagdating ng bagyo. Gusto nila salubungin ko yung bagyo. They want me to commit suicide also. So, but the following day, kinabukasan, alas 3, nag-touchdown na ako sa Naya. Tuloy na ako. From the Naya Airport, diretso na ako sa Bicol. Ginubatan, naglanding ako doon. Kinausap ko yung mga tao. But I also had an accurate view of the destruction wrought about by the typhoon. Umuwi ako kasi may patay na ang nanay ko pati tatay ko. So, yung kayong gumadali, gusto ninyong wala kayong mapuntahan kung hindi magreklamo, magpatay kayo ng isang mag-anak ninyo para pagdating ng All Souls Day na doon ka rin sa Lecheng Cemetery. Well, that's a tradition and of course an obligation for Filipino. Ganon tayo Tayo lang naman. Tayo lang ang basta yung even in Christmas there's no celebration. those of you who have been to the United States, they do not celebrate Christmas. They celebrate, walang New Year, yung New Year yung sa Times Square, countdown, but yung ano nila is yung Thanksgiving ang sa kanila, hindi Christmas. Tayo lang ang Pilipino, blowout sa Christmas, blowout sa New Year, blowout, inuman dito, inuman doon, wala nang hinto. Tapos nagka-COVID, putak kayo pa ang galit. Salamat po.